Hi, everybody. This is day 9 of our devotion, and I want to show you my dog. He's a Labrador. Her name is Jolie. And some beautiful thing about dog is, it is very loyal. A dog is very faithful and very appreciative. I think these are some qualities probably that it is better than human being. You can scold the fella, you can sometimes scold him and reprimand him, or her rather. But yet, each time you call them, they will come to you. That's how faithful and appreciative a dog is. There you see. I think we can learn something from the dog, especially as Christian. One of the fruit of the Spirit in Galatians chapter 5 is faithfulness. Sometimes we have never considered faithfulness as being a fruit. It is a result of a change in your life when the Holy Spirit comes upon you. So one of the fruit that you produce is being faithful. Who are we to be faithful to? We need to be faithful to our family, faithful to our country, no matter what the government is, faithful to our church, and faithful to our leaders. You know, in Luke chapter 17, verse 17 says, there were 10 lepers. You know the story? There were 10 lepers that came to Jesus. And Jesus said, go and present yourself to the priest. As the 10 walked away, they were healed. Only one came back. One came back to Jesus and appreciate and thank Jesus. Jesus said, were they not 10 cleansed? How come? Where are the 9? You know, sometimes the issue of faithfulness is linked to selflessness. A person who is not faithful, who is not appreciative, usually are selfish. These 9 lepers were very excited that they were healed. They were more concerned about what their future holds and how their life is changed. They forgot who healed them. To be faithful to a family, I think, is very important. All you husband and wife, I pray that you remain faithful to your spouse. Appreciate your spouse and love them. And as a man, I can say this of a wife. I think many men need to learn to appreciate their wife even more, thank them for the hard work they work around their house and the things that they have done in the house. How about being faithful to your church and to your church leaders? I think this is a very crucial thing in Christianity. Many Christians find it very difficult, very hard to be faithful to their church and be faithful to their leaders. They run to the next church or the next happening church. Maybe it's more exciting, maybe it's with the latest stuff. I don't know what they have. And it's so quick for us to run over there. Why are people not faithful? Why are they not loyal and appreciative? I can think of a few reasons. One of which is quite painful to us is when Christians open up to us for counseling. They needed help. And some of the things that they open up to us can be very, very personal and very private. Most of them would come to my wife because my wife is a counselor, is a very gifted one. People from all over the country make appointment to come and see her. But right after, especially Christian who comes to see us in Ipoh, some of them are, maybe attending our church. They open up to her and share some of the deepest secrets. But once they have been helped, once they have come out of the situation, they prefer to go to another church. Why? Maybe because they find that they couldn't trust leaders whom they have opened their heart to. I want you to know something about counseling. We pastors, Whatever you tell us, it does not go beyond the four walls. It's all kept very private and confidential. It's ironic, isn't it? When you share something very personal and private to a person and that person help you, then you choose to leave and go somewhere else. This oftentimes has been painful for us, but we have lived with this and we just surrender some people to God. Some people also are unfaithful, especially when they have exhausted that the help that they wanted. Some people come to church because they wanted help. They wanted people to help them, whether it be care, concern, financial help. And when help is given, they feel it is time for them to go so that they can find help from other churches. Some come to church because for business. Either they're doing sales, or if they go around and they couldn't, or maybe they find a few people who buy things from them, or they go around and find that some churches like us, we discourage personal business, taking advantage of members within the church. And when that don't happen anymore, it is sad. Maybe then they go somewhere else and find another church. Some people are unfaithful to the church maybe because they have been hurt or they are angry with someone in the church. I don't know for what reason they are hurt. Maybe because someone hurt them, or maybe they hurt others. Another reason why is that maybe they wanted a certain position. Oh, I've met many like that. They desire a certain position in the church. And when it is not given to them, well, they get upset, they get hurt, and they move to another church. They move to another congregation. And for others, there are some who have been corrected. There are some members who have been corrected, have been reprimanded because of the wrong that they do. But when they are reprimanded, they decided to leave. So faithfulness, can you see that it is a fruit? Because it takes away self-centeredness from us. To be faithful means you are not self-centered. You are not seeking your own desire. You are not wanting your own way. In 2 Samuel chapter 15, you can go back and read a rather lengthy passage. You can probably read chapter 14, 15, and 16 about Absalom. Absalom is one of the sons of David. And when David was really getting old and sick, Absalom tried to usurp his power. And there were treacherous of Absalom, trying to gain recognition from the congregation, from the people that comes wanting to see the king. He said, you can see me, I can help you. And so his treachery was discovered later on, and he didn't end well. So my encouragement to you is be faithful to your church. Do not leave your church, or for whatever reason, unless except that you feel that God has spoken to you, and by going to that church, you can grow, you can serve, there are opportunity for you to serve. So God blessed a faithful person. God can use a faithful person. In fact, as a pastor, I find it very hesitant to give responsibility to anyone who is not faithful. So therefore, God cannot use someone who is not faithful and appreciative. A person who jumps from church to church usually have issues with submission. Well, I'm not saying while you are in town, you're looking for a church, you find one or two churches and finally found one that you are most at home with. I'm talking about some people who jump from church to church. I've met some people who have been to 7, 8 churches. Why? Maybe because they have issues with submission. They couldn't submit to leadership. They couldn't submit to people who want to lead them, guide them, or even correct them. I trust that you are appreciative of all the people who are around you and people who have helped you. As I said before, there was one time I really appreciate my family. That was when I was sick and had to go through a surgery. Only my family, especially my wife and of course my daughter too, they came every day to visit me and took care of certain needs that I have, helped me to go to the toilet, to walk around. And your family, people who love you, they are there for you when you're in trouble. So I think it's very important. Find a church where when you are in trouble, when you need help, there are people who are there, who will stand with you, who will help you through. I think that is very important. To turn your back to those who have helped you, to those who have reached out to you, will be very selfish. And you forget how many people you have hurt by doing so. So please, let me say it again. Be faithful, be loyal, and be appreciative of how God has brought people into your life and have helped shape you, mold you, and make you into the person you are. I want to tell you a story of a man. One day, he was asleep in the house, and when he was asleep in the house, somebody came and rubbed some belacan. It's a very smelly kind of food under his nose. And when he got up, he smelled. He said, wow, how come my house so smelly? Why my house so smelly? Not only just the toilet, but everywhere is smelly. He went out, he went to the shops. He said, why are these shops so smelly? And he went out to meet his friend, and he said, oh, how come my friend so smelly? He got into his car. He said, why my car so smelly? Everywhere he went, it was so smelly. And he said, why every place I go to is so smelly? Well, what was the problem? The problem was not the place he went to. The problem was he himself was smelly. Brothers and sisters, I pray that you will not be such a person. I think this movement control order is very good. You get to stay home, you look around your family, and I'm sure there have been a lot of sparks and friction. But you begin to appreciate now your family members. Those with little children, you will know and realize how difficult is it to take care of little children running about. So you learn to appreciate your wife even more. So I pray for you that whatever is happening in your heart, hear from God and listen to Him. Is God telling you to remain where you are so that you can grow, so that people around you can mold you, can correct you, can help you, and that you will be stronger? I think that is very important. I want to show you my dog. You see, he's very faithful. Sometimes I scold him, I shout at him, but he's still faithful one. Stay. Ah. Jolie! Come, Jolie! Come, Jolie! Come, Jolie! Come, Jolie! Come, Jolie! Come, Jolie! Hey! Oh, don't bite me! Aiya, this dog also like some Christian. They bite those that feed them. Naughty dog!